All right, well, you know what? Our next guest knows firsthand the consequences of young people driving dangerously. Her son, Matthew Picciuto, died in a car crash in 2009 in Connecticut while driving dangerously and doing something called catching air. And since then, she's been on a crusade to get young people to drive more safely. This morning, Lynn Riordan, thank you for being with us. And talk about Matt's crash and what led to this, because this catching air thing, it's very dangerous, obviously.
It's very, very dangerous, and it's much more common than people realize. Good kids coming from good families who have promising futures are out there making this crazy decision. I don't understand it. I never knew anything about it myself, but that's why I speak at driving school where there's parents, so they know about catching air. I talk to the kids so they understand the consequence of destructive driving. I mean, heaven is forever.
Yeah, isn't that true? And of course, this catching air, so this is something that's popular in the town. By the way, I'm going to hold this up because this is part of the Matt's Mission Fund, No Need to Speed, and you might see those in the background too behind us as well. But what are some of the things that young drivers do? And Eric, you were in the car with Matt when this happened. Can you describe a bit of what this was like for you?
It all comes down to kids with that invincible mentality, you know, that this can't happen to us. It only happens to people that we hear about, you know, it's never going to happen to us, and that needs to change.
What would you want to tell the driver? And, you know, or tell any driver, especially going forward, I'm thinking, gosh, you know, this is something that you carry with you, not just now, but when you're 30, 40, 60 years old. How do you think about that?
I just feel like there's no need to speed, you know?
Yeah.
And it's right there on that sign, so I hope kids realize that.
Ryan, you weren't in the car, but you know of this activity, and can you talk about your relationship to the activity and how you drive?
I drove with him a couple times doing the jumping air thing. After that, I would never do it again. I wouldn't speed. It impacted a lot of lives. And I think that people should realize speeding is not necessary. And
this didn't involve alcohol at all either. I mean, bad enough if it did, but of course it doesn't have to be all alcohol related, but just carelessness.
It's thrill seeking. It's the need for speed. So I say to everyone, if you have that need for speed, call me. Call me first, because it's a deadly decision.
And how long ago did this happen?
Tt died almost 4 years ago.
Almost 4 years ago.
And I've been speaking nonstop ever since.
Okay, and when you speak, especially at this time of year, this is prom season, what are you trying to tell people? I mean, how do you get people to stop doing this?
It's really, really difficult. I mean, Totucket Road is a very dangerous road. Something needs to be done about it in our town. I'm not sure how to fix this, but what I did as Matt's Mission, we made 200 of these signs. They blanket North Branford, and people do slow down when they see them. And so I don't really know the answer to that and how to get people to stop speeding, but I do all that I can.
Do you feel like the message is getting through?
I think it is, but I don't think enough. I mean, speed is an issue in all towns, quite frankly, and I can just do my part, and people can adopt this idea. I had a woman from East Haven call me, and she too wants to know, how do you get these signs, what do you do, because speeding is a big issue in East Haven as well as many other towns.
Now, and I'm in no ivory tower. I mean, if you ask my mom, even last week she was telling me to slow down, and she wasn't even in the car with me. So, but it is a good point. For you guys, how do you think that it helps to have peers, people roughly the same age, telling that message, not just a mom? With no slight to you, by the way.
No, that's okay.
I think it's good that it's not only your older peers, adults, are telling you to slow down, but your friends is also.
It's easier to connect with people your age, you know?
Isn't that true? Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, we're going to wrap up right now, but we really appreciate you all being here. It's obviously a tough topic, something that you will carry with you, remembering Matt for the rest of your lives. So thank you for being with us.